welcome to another video. This is a very short video today. As most of you I'm sure will be aware, we're now getting very close to finishing this model Titanic. And I wanted to just sort of set the roadmap out for the sort of concluding episodes of this series, because there's a number of videos that I want to do before I finish the whole thing off with the sailing video, which will be the final video on Titanic. So the next video that'll be coming out is going to be on the rigging of the ship, and as you can see the rigging's all done, the clips are all done, just needs editing, so that'll be sometime fairly soon. After that I'm going to do a video on the flags that I'm flying on my Titanic, and that'll be a fairly short video because I'm only flying 2 flags, so that won't take very long, but I do also want to cover some of the other flags that you could legitimately fly when making a model of Titanic, so I'll cover that as well. And I will probably do a final modelling video, sort of doing odds and sods, final little touch-ups. There's a number of tiny little details that I've missed, things like, you know, life rings and stuff which need to go on railings here and there. There's a few little bits and bobs where things have got slightly knocked and I just need to sort of straighten out a railing, or a figure's sort of leaning over to one side. I just need to sort of put them back on an even keel, or, you know, there's a few just little odds and sods that need fixing. So I'll probably do a sort of finishing touches video as well. And that will conclude the modelling of the ship. But there's a few other videos that I want to do as well. I get a lot of questions and comments on all my videos, which is all well and good, and I do try to sort of answer them as the comments come up, but I get a lot of comments these days and I do struggle to get to all of them. So I was going to do another frequently asked questions video, just addressing the most commonly asked questions, and in some ways I think this is the best way of doing it, really, because then all of the answers are in one place and it's much more easy for people to sort of find these out. So I'm going to do that. I also want to do a video on the batteries that I've used for this model, because I think probably the most commonly asked question I get is, why have you used lead acid batteries? You know, there's far more modern, far more energy dense batteries on the market. Why have you chosen to use an old, quite heavy, arguably not very good battery form in your model? And I've got a very good defence for that, but it's not the most obvious answer in the world. So I thought it's something that's perhaps worthwhile doing, and I thought I would turn this into a sort of battery overview video. So rather than specifically relating to my model Titanic, I thought I'd go into a bit of detail on lead acid batteries, nickel metal hydride, lithium, go into a bit of detail on all the different batteries that you could use in a radio control model. So I'm going to do that as well. I also want to do a video on lessons learnt from my building of this model, because there's a number of things that if I had my time again, I'd do it differently. And I think it's always useful at the end of a project to have a little think about what you would do differently, what you might do better. And if that helps other people watching this channel, tickety-boo, that's very good. The final video that I also want to do is a review of the Trumpeter kit. And this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I've deliberately left it until I finish the model, because once you finish the model, you know everything about it, you've finished it. And I think it's only right. I've reviewed most of the other things I've used on my model. I've reviewed China 3D, I've reviewed Woody's Model Works, I've reviewed all sorts of different things. So only fair that I review the Trumpeter model as well. And I will do that once I've actually finished all of the modelling. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a roadmap of the various different videos we're going to have before the final video, which will be sailing of the ship. So that's the plan in the coming weeks and probably month. So stuff to look forward to, hopefully. I will leave it there. See you in the next modelling video. Bye for now.